they're down 3-1. I need a little more energy. Joining us right now, I need you guys to give it up for Super Bowl champion safety from the Giants, Antrelle Rolle. He's your very own. He's Miami kid.
The U is in the house.
The U. All right, so you tweeted probably 4 or 5 days ago that LeBron James is the best player in the world. Give him his respect. You're wearing his jersey. You're representing. You actually went to the board and said they're still going to win the series. So it's not over.
It's not over. But, you know, that's not my call to make. That's up to the Miami Heat to determine whether it's over or not. And, you know, based off what we've been seeing the last couple of games, they've just been outworked. They've been out-hustled. They've been out-coached. They've been outplayed. But it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
So they're going to win in 7?
Well, you know, in my profession, you know, it's not over till it's over. So once you reach that playoff series, there is no losing. So in my eyes, the Heat won 1 game. They have 3 more to win. Each game presents its own different set of challenges. So if they take it 1 game at a time, anything can happen. But it's up to them. It's up to the Heat whether they want it or not.
Okay, but what do you think's going to happen in Game 5 Sunday night in San Antonio?
I'm hoping that they have a reality check. That's what I'm really hoping. I'm hoping they have a reality check because right now, everyone wants to grant them being the more talented team. But even right now, it's not looking that way. You know, they don't look like the best team. They don't look like the most talented team. And
really, you think the Spurs look more talented than LeBron James' team?
They look more talented than them. When you have guys as far as Ginobili, you have guys that's coming and stepping up like Mills, you have the player Leonard, they look more talented than the Heat right now. And I think the Heat need to stop relying on their talent so much and need to get back to working with their fundamentals, their teamwork, their feet. I mean, they're not even moving their feet. They're not playing any defense right now. So, you know, it's time to get off the high horse and get back to work.
See, he may not have mentioned this to y'all, but he and I go back a ways. We communicate all the time. So he knows I mean well when I say this to him. You know, sometimes you professional athletes get on my nerves. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, Antrelle. You know good and well body language means something.
No doubt.
How you could just watch and see. You know when somebody's gone. You trying to tell me you saw the Miami Heat last night and you didn't see a team that was just gone, that was just done?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what I saw. But it's not finished yet. Like I say,
so you trying to tell me, hold on. You trying to tell me you can look at the Miami Heat. It's one thing to lose because losses happen. I've seen the Lakers lose by 40 in the NBA Finals and come back and win the daggone series.
Right.
What I'm saying to you is there's a difference between losing and being done.
Right.
And I'm saying to you, you just acknowledge you looked at them and they looked done. Have you ever seen a team in all your years that looked done and then turn around inside of 3 days and look fresh and new?
Actually, I was a part of a team that did that.
Who?
I was a part of a team.
Which one? Which dynasty? Which one?
Actually, it was the Giants team that won the 2011
That's right.
Super Bowl and the team where I went to the Super Bowl with Arizona Cardinals. The game before we won out, we got beat by the New England Patriots 56-7.
Yeah, but that was New England. That was just one game. Y'all had a good season.
No, we didn't have a good season.
You had a decent season. The Giants were up and down.
9-7.
Well, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean, you know,
9-7.
I guess because it's the NFC East and the Dallas Cowboys are in it, we all know 9-7 is not good enough.
When we won the Super Bowl in 2011, everyone counted us out. We had to win out. We had to go play the Jets, win out.
That's right.
We had to go win the Dallas Cowboys, and then we had to face Atlanta first round, Green Bay, then San Francisco.
Atlanta was suspect that year. Green Bay was tough, but Atlanta was suspect. They had to come to the Middle, which is now MetLife Stadium, and come on now, nobody was expecting y'all to lose to Atlanta.
What about Green Bay?
Well, that was
Green
tough.
Bay.
That was tough. That's true.
There we go.
That's true.
Listen, it's all about if you want it. If you want it, you're gonna go out there and go get it. That's something that I do know. So I agree with you 200% when you say you saw the look in their eyes and they looked like they were done. The only thing I have a problem with is I feel like Bron has to do way too much work. He is carrying the Heat way too much.
He blames LeBron.
Come on.
Listen,
the greatest player in the world?
Listen, he's been the only consistent player each and every single game. No matter what. Everyone wants to, point the finger at Bron. But if it wasn't for LeBron, they wouldn't even be here.
I don't know anybody who's pointing the finger at Bron. I don't. And yet, you believe in plus minus, right? You think it's pretty indicative. Last night, the worst plus minus on the floor belonged to LeBron James, minus 21.
Well, I don't think it was indicative. I don't think that was an
Okay.
accurate statistic last night.
Okay.
I think on most occasions that applies, but not last night.
Okay, so Stephen A. Smith, when you talk body language, are you suggesting to me that King James has mentally quit on this series?
No, I think that King James. No, I don't think King James quit. I think King James sat on the bench and was like, "Damn, I'm all by myself. I got
so
no
now we're
help
back
in
to
this."
Cleveland again.
You know what? Last night it was.
Basically.
Last night it was, Skip.
Basically.
Last night it was.
You're exhausted.
Can you deny that? Can you deny? Can I ask you a question? I got a question for you, Skip.
Yep.
Last night, just last night's game. Last night's game, or just the last two games, has that San Antonio Spurs team against the Miami Heat not looked like the San Antonio Spurs against Cleveland back then? In finals? Has it not looked like that kind of matchup?
It actually looked worse because all four of those games in the finals against LeBron's Cleveland team were all pretty close games.
They had some dogs. They had some Anderson Varejao.
I think you underestimate that lineup around him. When you got Varejao,
well, they were
Williams,
tough defensively. I was just saying they didn't have anybody offensively, but they were tough
Boobie
defensively.
Gibson,
They could get
I thought
stops.
they were pretty
They
good.
could get stops. This Miami team against this San Antonio Spurs team can't get stops.
Okay, but you always make the case. You just made it. You've seen a Laker team just get annihilated and bounce back and win the championship.
Yeah, that's not the
okay.
same.
The last two games, the Heat got clinicked on their home floor by the best passing team in the NBA and the best three-point shooting team in the NBA, hitting on every cylinder all the way down the bench. So I'm just telling you, after game two, I'm sitting in this same chair, and people are making the case, the Heat have the three best players on the floor at any given time. Well, I'm just telling you, that's how the emotions swing in this series.
In this series, the three best basketball players on the floor, a legitimate argument can be made, has been LeBron, Tim Duncan, and Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, that's fair. All right,
I think Boris Diaw creeps into that conversation.
We got to switch to football because we got a lot to take care of. Let's talk about your Giants and Eli. How's he doing?
Eli's doing great.
Okay, so physically he comes back this year. Y'all win the Super Bowl. What happens?
We're definitely going to make a run at it. I mean, I think we've improved so much, just in our level of talent and just our mindset as far as football comes this year. So right now, I mean, the way our OTA has been going, it's been phenomenal. It's been just on top of the hill when you're talking about aggression, on top of the hill when you're talking about guys flying around just making plays.
Okay, so Antrelle, right here, right now, today, rank the NFC East for me. Just rank as you approach next year. Where should the teams be ranked?
Based off last season or based off this
Just what you know right now from draft, moves, free agency?
Well, obviously, I'm taking Giants number one. I'm taking Washington at 2.
Really? Washington at 2. Ooh.
Philly at 3 and Dallas at 4.
Okay, I agree with you. I think we agree Dallas should be ranked 4th. I'm a little surprised, even though we both agree with your ranking of Washington, that you have Redskins above Eagles, because most people would rank the Eagles first in your division, even though you got to protect your turf with your Giants. Right? Why don't you like the Eagles?
I think, not that I don't like the Eagles, but I think if you have the right defensive scheme against the Eagles, you can definitely shut them down. I think we displayed that in the second game we played them.
Wow.
As far as Washington, I think Washington has more weapons. And I think, they've added more weapons, especially to the offensive system. I think RG3 definitely bounced back and have a better season this year. And defensively, I think they've added a lot of veteran leadership to their defense, and it's going to help them out a whole lot.
Ryan Clark.
Right. I mean, he's a huge plus for them. Yep. I think Ryan Clark, just the way he plays the game, his intellect on the game is going to definitely help him out a lot as far as gathering that group.
What do you think about Deshaun Jackson going to the Washington Redskins?
I think that's a huge move for them. I think it's definitely going to help the Redskins out a lot. Deshaun Jackson is a phenomenal player in this league, and I think he has a chip on his shoulder. I think he has something to prove. So, I wish Deshaun the best of luck, to go out there and do what he does best, which is make big plays. But, against the Giants, it's going to be a different story.
The Dallas Cowboys weren't doing much anyway since they've missed the playoffs the last 4 years. Now Tony Romo is coming off of back surgery. Sean Lee is gone for the year. When you look at the Dallas Cowboys, are they as big of a joke as I think they are? Are they destined for last place in the NFC East?
Well, I mean, we can't say they're a joke because, I mean, they beat us 2 games last season. But, you know, when you play those guys, it's either hit or miss. You know, you're going to either find a team that's hungry, that's going to go out there and play dominant, and they're going to play to their final whistle blows. Or you're going to go out there and play a team that seems like they're out of whack a little bit, like they're out of sync.
Right.
So, you know, it depends on the day, you know, what team you're going to get.
So, you guys, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I've been told right now that we have a special guest here for Stephen A. Smith. You weren't feeling well today, and everyone is well aware of that. And we wanted to cheer you up. Okay?
I'm listening.
Let's go to the pick board and welcome in the mayor of Miami Beach.
The real mayor?
Levine
How are
is
you?
here.
Thank you.
Can you please cheer up my partner?
Stephen,